All right, what's up, everybody? Happy Monday to y'all. Man, listen, I had a whole show set up, getting ready for tonight. I'm looking to see if y'all are coming on. Make sure y'all come on. I'm checking to see. Tell your friends, tell your family. Matter of fact, tell your foes. The Temple Talk is on, and it's about to go down. See y'all coming on. Hey, welcome to the podcast. I want to thank everybody. Appreciate everybody for joining us. Right quick. Listen, I got to make sure that I show this warning to everybody. So y'all check it out. As you see the warning going, following content, you understand. That's how that goes. Had to put that up there just to get all the business out the way, making sure that we all good in the hood, all gravy in the Navy. I'm really excited tonight. Tonight's podcast episode, we're talking about reading the room. But got a surprise guest. Didn't even get him on the flyer. I was sitting up here. Boy called me up. He was off in his creative juices, doing his dang thing. I was really excited when he told me, say, man, we'll jump on with you. I said, well, cool. Jump on with me. Y'all say what's up when you're coming on. Don't just be coming on here incognito and incognito. Happy to have everybody with us tonight on the Temple Talk podcast. Good to see everybody. Y'all know who I am. I'm your host. I'm RTM, Temple Talk host. Check it out. So we're gonna talk about a little football. We're gonna talk about family. I got a couple of videos I got to show y'all. I'm gonna have my guest kind of freestyle because this dude can talk. I mean, he can talk about anything. Matter of fact, he's one of the smartest cats I know. Matter of fact, this dude, I don't even know where he came from, but this dude is like otherworldly. He's alien like. And so he's sitting out in the sun, basking in the sun, chilling like a villain, and all that type stuff. So we're gonna get going with Read the Room. That's the topic tonight. But check it out. Have y'all been keeping up with what's happening in the world? Make sure y'all are checking out all the world situations, all the world events, because you don't have any excuse to say that you've been surprised by what's going down. Then not only that, across the nation, make sure y'all check out what's happening in the political arena. Y'all see what the boy George Santos got expelled. Dude lied from his birth and probably be lying at his death. But nonetheless, that's none of my business. But what I gotta ask y'all is this: did y'all see him on there? Matters. That's all I need to know. But check it out. Before I even get into all this, let me go ahead and bring my guest on because I'm really super hyped, super excited to have this bad boy on. He's a superstar. The boy is known from coast to coast. I watched the boy rapping live in Las Vegas at the Vertical Music Entertainment Group or whatever that stuff was. But this boy's stuff has been playing all over the place. DJs, If I Die Tonight. I mean, y'all know. Listen, come to the stage. Let me just shut up. Let me just get out the way. Shut up and bring to the stage my man Frost 2-1, who
Yeah,
also
214.
happens to be my son. What's up, man?
What's going on, Pop? What's the
Man,
word?
you got the best hand, man. I was just sitting up here getting ready for this podcast tonight, and lo and behold, just like a father being proud of a son, the boy calls me up and says, "Pop, listen to this song." The boy writing music and all that type of stuff. So listen, everybody saw your picture on my social media broadcast on my social media platform. They all thought it was
Mhm.
me, but there, which that
I
makes
know.
sense.
Yeah,
I
the
almost feel,
jewel
hey,
down to the jewels, down to how I was dressed. Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, I almost feel underdressed. Hold on. Let me get dressed. All right, now I'm dressed. Yeah, there we go.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So man, look, check it out. I got a couple of videos that I'm gonna play, but I want to talk about some football first. Before we do anything else, man, let's talk about some football.
All right,
Uh
let's get to it. Let's get to it. Yeah, Jalen was hurting. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Don't worry about it.
Hey man,
Yeah.
Jalen was tired. That boy was running for his
Jalen was
life.
tired.
And
Yeah,
see,
yeah, 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 yeah.
just in case people don't know why I got on all this black. If y'all didn't see them boys walking that Lincoln Financial Field last night, all they had on was black. We knew it was gonna be a sad day. It was gonna be
Oh
some
yeah, yeah.
slow singing and some flower bringing
Flower
because Lincoln
bringing. You
Financial
hear me? Yeah.
flower bringing. So man, what'd you think? What'd you think about the game, man?
Man, I watched the whole thing, man. I was really impressed with the team. I was happy that we were able to, really show face on a kind of a national big, bright light level against a high caliber opponent like the Eagles. The fact that they had only lost one game before us and we, beat them so definitively, that really,
Yeah.
shined a light on my heart. I ain't gonna hold you. I really was, excited with the even with the whole sideline shenanigans with their head of security and our guy. I like that. I like my boy Drake Greenlaw. I like how he held it down. He was a sacrificial lamb for what we had going on. We really on y'all's head. Y'all had y'all head of security expelled along with our. Don't get it wrong. Him and Fred Warner, they're both kind of, both, big parts of the defense. But we had y'all head of security expelled with one of our players. Bottom line, we only had 53 of them. Y'all hired him based off an application.
You right
So
about it.
my yeah, yeah. My thing with us is, it's a whole lot of Niners and Ravens going along in the atmosphere right now for this Super Bowl. So I don't really see anybody stopping either one of them. Kansas City, you see what happened with them last
Woo,
night. So
woo.
that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother story. But as far as us versus them Eagles, yeah, now to keep it real, I've never really been an Eagles fan ever since '99 when they cheered my boy Michael Irvin getting his neck broke. I've
Yeah, I
been
didn't
I've been
like that.
happy every time the Eagles took a L. You know,
Yeah, I didn't like that at
so
all.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Especially to us, I'm happy on the main stage in front of Cowboys fans. You know, we really out here slaying y'all Goliath because y'all ain't really doing nothing on y'all end, but that's a whole nother thing.
Hey,
But yeah, as
I
far
can
as
tell you this: all the Cowboy fans, they were 49er fans last night.
they were saluting. My boy had one of those memes that transitioned Dak Prescott into Brock Purdy talking about Cowboys fans tonight. Like, yeah, yeah, exactly.
Ah,
Because yeah, don't worry about nothing. We really gonna get it going. Yeah, I was really excited about that, especially the fact that even though they apparently they're still up in the conference.
oh yeah,
Uh, Yeah, 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 which is cool, but at the same time, we handed them the L that they deserved. So, I was
yeah.
excited about that. I was excited about the tenacity from the beginning to the end. The fact that there was some scuffles and kerfuffles or whatnot. You know, I was
I like
really
that.
excited
What's say
about seeing
scuffles
how.
and kerfuffles?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, I was really excited about them actually, taking advantage of that limelight and really putting it down on them boys where it needed to be handled. So
Say,
yeah,
man, I'm sitting there
I
saying,
enjoyed it.
man, you're a pretty good looking little cat, man. Where you get them jeans from, man?
Oh man, I ain't gonna hold you, man. I ain't get these jeans from Levi's. It's McNeil's and Jackson's. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Yeah,
what's
you know
up.
what I'm saying? Yeah,
You didn't get them from
yeah.
Levi's.
Nah,
Yeah,
I ain't get
man.
these
So
jeans from Levi's, baby. You can't get these from Levi's.
that's what's up. That's what's up. So man, look here. Before we get off into other stuff, man, I got some pretty funny stuff on online I'm gonna talk about. We're reading the room. That's my topic tonight. That's what I was gonna do, just kind of fly solo, but I got this bonus with you. So since I got this bonus with you, tell everybody a little bit about Frost 214, where Frost 214 came from. Give us a little bit of the history of Frost 214. And obviously, if they looking at the screen, they obviously know we related. In case y'all don't know.
Oh yeah, yeah, clearly,
That
clearly.
boy right there.
So
See that boy right there? That boy right there is my son. Talk about it, man.
So yeah, so Frost 214, the first part of it. Frost came from Robert Frost, which is a poet. That came from an elementary school that I went to when you and I lived in Chicago when we were going
Right.
through the roughest time in both of our lives together. With Motel 6 down to Larry Outwicki getting that
Man.
house situated for us, out of nowhere. But that was just a real transitional time in my life, just kind of one of my first realizations as far as just what life is and what life could be.
Yeah.
That was a big factor. But yeah, Frost came from Robert Frost being a poet. One of his, not one of his, I think his most famous poem is "The Road Less Traveled," and
Yeah.
that was a big part of who I have been my whole life. Um, and then the 214 actually came from this music video I shot with this producer, this videographer out of Fort Worth. So being in Dallas, if you're familiar with the DFW Metroplex, there's a distinction between Dallas
DF
and Fort
good.
Worth. So yeah, so my name's Frost being from Dallas, and his name was Frost being from Fort Worth. Whenever we did the video together, it was going to say produced by Frost. So I was like, all right, well, just put 214 on the back of it because that's where
Yeah.
I'm from. So that's where the 214 was born, and yeah, from then on, it kind of stuck with me whenever it was trying to do some paperwork on songs and all.
Hey, but I got a little trivia for the people, man. Uh, you really started your career with the LFK.
You sound like Nardwar,
Who's
yeah,
that LFK, man?
Louisville Freestyle King.
Who- Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
that's
the
the.
streets raised you. Ain't that what Michael
I
Irvin son said? The streets raised me, man.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I ain't never said that. Now the thing what's so cold is right. Like I was raised in the streets, but the streets did not raise me. There's a difference. There's a big difference, man. People just say a lot of stuff just to say it. Uh, but nah, yeah, LLK, the Louisville Freestyle Kings. That was my first time buying a 100 pack of Memory X CDs from Walmart. But I think it was like 30, $40 back in the day, maybe less. But selling them $5 a piece. Learning about the boys from Houston. Um, I don't think DSR and all the guys in Dallas was cracking off like that at that time, but uh, yeah. My freshman and sophomore year, seeing them boys and hearing about independent and selling out the trunk and all this and that, just being young and figuring out how to make some money for real. Because I think I say back in my day, I'm gonna age myself. It's cool. I think
Hey, you
minimum
getting
wage
old,
was
bro.
like 5.75. Yeah, it's all good. I like that. Don't get it wrong.
That's what's
I
up.
would never want to be born past 2000. Uh, but
Right.
you know, uh, yeah, just um, studying and applying what you learn was a big part. It is still a big part of how I move. Even if at a young age, I wasn't necessarily applying everything that I could have been applying, but just the willingness to understand. Like I tell my daughter, right? The difference between dumb and smart is the willingness to learn. Only a dumb, okay, this your platform. Only a
No,
dumb
go
nigga is
ahead.
not willing to learn. Only a dumb nigga is not willing to learn. Like the difference between smart and dumb is the willingness to learn. Because
That's
if as
right.
soon as you stop being willing to learn, is when you become a dumb nigga. You
So
feel
now
me?
watch this. So
Because
watch this. Let me flip it into what I was going to talk about tonight. Let me just hear your take on it. How has all of that, and even what you were talking to, I don't know if it was Jen or Seven or who, but how has all that
India, yeah.
helped you learn how to read the room?
Honestly, so in reading the room, a big part of who I am is just understanding who you're dealing with, which is kind of synonymous with reading the room. But reading the room and what I explain to my kids is first and foremost, there's certain kind of points and dynamics to reading the room. First and foremost, there's a time and place for everything. So if you're reading the room, that means basically you're gonna you understand is this a serious moment? Is this a playful moment? Is this a serious moment that I'm able to be playful in? Who's around? How do they view me? What influence do I have over the room? Really? So that's with me personally. Again, that's not necessarily with somebody who's just on this journey, but me personally, with me reading the room, my first my first kind of notation is how I'm able to influence, whether or
That's
not
cool.
it's yeah. And also, not only that, not how I'm able to influence, but how much of me. How should I say this?
What you got? Somebody chopping wood back there
How
or
much
something?
of that's the people closing doors. How much of me, how much am I not able to be influenced by stuff that other people are influenced by?
So check this out. Let me ask you this. So for you, that's a great perspective. I'm glad I asked you about it. I never thought of it like you just said. Whenever we're talking about reading the room, we're obviously talking about being aware of the context in which you're in. But one of the things that you just said that's pretty doggone impressive, even if I have to say so myself. Um, when I read the room, I have to determine if I'm coming in as a thermometer or a thermostat. So, how am I going to influence the temperature of the room? And how's the temperature going to influence me? That's about what you're
Now
saying.
the cold part about me, yeah, me personally, I pride myself on not being influenced.
Absolutely. I wonder where you got that from.
The reason being is because yeah, the same thing. Influencing other people is cool, but not being influenced and really being my own person and really just having the ability to set the tone and not abide by it. That's a big factor in who I am and how I move.
Yeah.
Um, I don't think that yeah, I don't think that I'm at one point I was influenced by a few different things, but I don't think at this point I'm only influenced by what I'm interested in being influenced by.
Hey, did
There's
that
a lot
age
of things
thing
that
work
may
like I
catch
told
my
you it was going to work?
oh exactly like it is. And then what's so cold is like looking younger too. Like I got 16-year-olds that thought I was 21 right now to this day.
Boy.
Right. But like that being of age and really the experience that comes behind it, it's a whole different beast because not everybody is able to digest and kind of regurgitate what they've learned in the way that I can.
Let me ask you this, man. Um, okay, so you're in the music business. You're a working man, you're a
Definitely.
creative man, you're a producer, you're an artist. Now you're expanding your genres as far as your musical impact and influence. Um, what what have you learned over the years that you've been working in and throughout the music industry, um, from reading rooms that you've been in?
The number one lesson that I've learned, which is something that I've known since I was young, I've been told since I was young, but it was just kind of not only reimagined, but re-emphasized in the industry is relationships are worth more than money.
Mm,
That's the number one thing that I can tell anybody in the world, you know.
I almost said
Uh,
preach.
like for real. That's my bottom line. Um, because what's unspoken language is the most prevalent.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
so the way you move, the way you make eye contact, how tightly you grip someone when you hug them, how firm your handshake is, how loose your handshake is, how
Mm,
loose your eyes are when you're speaking to somebody, all that stuff, that's more impactful than what people would kind of put as surface identifiers. So I think that just with me, I can tell that as far as reading the room, even going back to the point originally, um, just understanding like it's not bending for any and everything. It's being, it's
mm,
for lack of better words, it's the God factor. It's how you are connected with God. It's you are everything, and everything is you. You're a small factor, but you're everything. You know
right.
what I mean? So you have to understand how to be able to deal with people and deal with your environment in that way. Like I said, it's not being
And you got to
fake.
be able to flow
Being
with
a
it.
absolute. That's something you have to be able to flow with it. If you can't flow with it, that's cool because you have your position. Because in order for me to say that I can flow, that means I have to be around something that I have to flow around.
And watch this. I just thought about something when you said that too. I'm like this, and you're a lot like this too. If I can't flow with it, I can't go with it. Period.
Nah, which is like I say, and I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold it against you either. It's just it really, if anything, it's going. I'm gonna hold you as a lesson, and I need to figure out what I needed to have learned from this experience with you. You know, if I got to flow around you, okay, so clearly there's gonna be something like you ahead of me, so I need to be aware of what I dealt with.
That's right. Yeah.
You know what I'm
So you got to
saying?
move on around, man. Got to move on around.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the bottom line.
Well, man. So
Uh,
just right quick, because we only giving them a teacher tonight, because we're gonna come back. We're really just doing this. This is y'all. This is impromptu. We literally just put this
Yeah,
thing
something
together
slight.
like this. We were just like really just talking, just off the cuff, just getting down. That's really, I mean, that's my son right there. Can y'all see that boy? Look at
Oh
that
yeah,
boy.
Junior, for real. I'm the second, but it's Junior.
Good God, that boy looked like me. But anyway, at any rate, let's check this out, man. I got a couple of things that I found on social media, man, that were pretty funny that I was gonna have on the podcast, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it on here. I'm gonna get your thoughts on what's being said from these Instagram posts, and we'll have a
Okay.
little conversation about that. We're gonna let the people go tonight, but certainly I'm sure they'll tune back in, especially when we get ready to talk about our life story and
Oh
giving the
yeah, yeah.
100.
We
Cause
gotta
see,
record that. This can't just be a stream. That has to be recorded and edited and all
oh yeah, yeah,
that
cause
too.
yeah,
Cause
we're gonna have all kind of beeps and all that kind of stuff. But check this out. Anybody that think they
what
want to
happened
have
to your
something to
lip,
say,
boy? No, I'm playing.
right?
I'm playing.
Hey, they be done arrested me, man. But here's the thing: anybody that think that they got something to say about anything that we got to say, check out this
Oh
teacher,
yeah.
and y'all tell me what y'all think. Here we go.
My business right here. So I'm here. This is your business right here. The issue is instead of you being here, you over here in my business. What I need you to do is exit this one and then move over here. And then you're going to be in the correct place. Also, if you're under the age of 18, it's called child's place. So I want you to stay right there in a child's place. Whatever I have going on over here has nothing to do with you here or here.
So did the man lie or did he tell the truth?
I'm not. He didn't lie, man. I had a whole little incident happen on Thanksgiving that I won't get into about a child's place and just, child is a child and the child is an adult's place. You know what I'm saying? But that's
How you
irrelevant.
feel? How you feel about sounding like me?
Oh, well, listen, I mean, I feel exactly how I'm supposed to feel about it. Like you said, I should feel about it. I feel proud about it. And I feel like I'm 10 toes in it. That's how I feel about it. Honestly,
Yeah, that's what's up.
you know?
That's what's up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
so
It's like I feel about I'm imputing with my son. It's the same thing. Y'all need to be 10 toes better. Let's go.
that's right. 10
You know?
toes down, baby. 10 toes down. But yeah, I thought it was a funny clip. I was gonna do a monologue on that. I just wanted to share it with the people because we were talking about when we get ready to go into our story. I'm gonna need you to mind your business. I'm gonna mind my
Oh yeah.
business,
That's
and
it.
you'll be in the right
That's it.
spot.
Just
But anyway,
mind your business. That's all. Just
yeah,
mind your
yeah.
business.
Mind your business. Mind it. I
Yeah.
mean, when I say mind it, I mean mind it. Doggone, you need to mind it. So
Nah,
check
cause
this
it's
out.
cold.
This
Cause honestly, it's American history, really. Our
what's that?
story is.
Oh
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Our story.
yeah. And
For
it's one that's
sure.
not
Like
told a
Boys
lot,
in the Hood,
man.
like Furious and Trey. It's really it's an American history story.
Yeah.
Just
A lot of people,
on so many levels.
yeah, a lot of people in your circle look at you and when they see the story or they see quote unquote the glory, they don't really know the story. They see the shine, but man, they don't see, they don't see the shivering in the past and everything that we went through. But I can't wait to have that conversation. Man. We got hey, that might be
That's gonna be
a three
hard.
or four part episode that we got to do,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah.
But check this
Need
out.
that. Yeah.
So your boys, I understand your boys used to call me Ghost Man. Everybody knows I'm in ministry and everything. But Keon, that's Keon out of Houston. He had a clip that came on Instagram, and my man was speaking facts. I ain't saying he was speaking for me, Man, I speak for myself. But at the same time, he's saying what I think is true. I want to know what they think. Check it out.
I will pray for you, but if you get on my nerve, I will cuss you smooth out. I am in transition. My mouth ain't under control yet. And I can throw these hands. And let me tell you something. If I get my hands on you, I promise you, you're going to know you've been in a fight. But I'm trying not to go there because I'm in transition. I got a temper, but sometimes I can control it. Sometimes I pray, and sometimes I fight. But I'm in transition.
Wait, you might have seen something like that not too long ago.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
But having you know, being my son, I know I'm a different kind of preacher. Uh, what's your thought as far as just as you have grown into manhood and everything, and what's your thought about having a constitution, about saying what you mean, meaning what you say, and standing on it, and still being able to accept people for who they are and how they are and the way they are? What's your thought on that?
uh I think that honestly people are moving further and further away from saying what they mean.
Mm,
Uh, I think I told you before that reality is going to become the new currency, and that's
mm,
in so many areas on so many parts of the spectrum, but especially just kind of in the initial parts of this here, the verbal part, the communication part. Saying what you mean is more or less the introductory, the introduction to and I want to say an augmented reality because there's just things added to reality, but just an alternative reality where what right isn't necessarily right and wrong isn't necessarily wrong anymore. There's no it's a bunch of gray areas. There's no black and white. There's I really think that, like I said, reality has become the new currency and is going to become the new currency. And standing on what you mean, regardless of your position in life, regardless of, part of the clergy, whether it's part of, political position, whether it's part of, a hierarchy and a job, anything like that. I think that, even with, companies with ads, how
mhm.
there's people who pay people for ads, but then will pull their ads based off of what the company's beliefs in, system is. It's such a kind of bizarre world now to where a company that comes to my company saying that they want to advertise for them with me now for some reason is able to dictate what my company stands for because of their
Mm,
dollars,
yeah.
right?
Well, you got to be cool with
So
pulling away from them.
that's the key. I was watching the Dana White interview about that, and like, yeah, that's a key factor with all this and just the kind of pseudo wokeness that everybody has. You got to be cool with that movie Heat. You know that movie you had
Oh
from back in
yeah.
the day.
I,
Yeah. You got to be you got to be you can't be too close to anything that you can't walk away in 30 seconds or something. If
30
the heat gets
seconds,
too
Doc.
close or
Can't walk
something
away
like that.
from it in 30
Yeah,
seconds.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing, and that's a big factor in today's world, and just where the liberal person is kind of the prominent person at this point, whereas the conservative was prominent more about 40, 50, even 30, 40, 50 years ago. So the liberal being more prominent now, um, that that's a slippery slope because liberty more or less, you know, it's a hold on, there you go.
Hmm.
Liberty is uh, up for interpretation.
Yeah,
Like, I
I
mean,
get it.
it should not be, but just when it comes to people standing on what they mean and all that, like nowadays you can play with somebody. you could play with somebody like to the point to where like back in the day they get you punched in the mouth and everybody around to understand it. And nowadays you can call it trolling
Right.
and wipe your hands of it. I was just trolling.
Wow.
Like there's a goalpost of reality being moved, and just standing on who you are, it becomes a lost art. It becomes a lost recipe. You feel me? That's not passed down, and that's I think that's going to be a big difference in tomorrow versus yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, man, look, like I said, we were just gonna be on here for a few minutes tonight, because I just wanted to give people a little teaser about what's going on with Frost 214. Right quick, man, before we get up out of here, how do we find you on social media? How do we find your music? How do we find what you got going on? And let me say this before you answer that. Let me say this to everybody that doesn't flow with me. If you don't flow with me, don't follow me. You got it? If you don't flow with me, don't follow me. And guess what else? Don't follow anybody else that's connected to me so you can try to keep up, watch, see, and have something to say about my flow when you don't follow. So if you don't flow with me, don't follow. Here's what I want to say about my son. I was going to close it out on him on this right here. I keep myself in a position to where I can choose or lose. I'm always have the options. So I just want to let everybody know, welcome to the Temple Talk. Want you to know, I certainly want you to follow me. I certainly want you to hit the subscribe button and the bell. But if you don't flow with me, probably best you don't follow me.
Follow.
All right, Frost 214, tell us, man, where you at on the social media platforms? Where's your music? And we're going to get up out of here.
All right, cool. Everything on social platforms is going to be Frost 214 TV, no spaces. Everything on any streaming channels, any DSPs is going to be the same thing, Frost 214. Holla at me. We got cultural appropriation coming. We got Heartbroken Player Music, Politics and Religion 3, everything in 2024. Check me out on TikTok. Check me out on Twitch. Check me out on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, everything above, all that good stuff. Rumble. I was telling my daddy about that too. Get down on that Rumble, download it so you can get to subscribe. We'll get it going one time for the one time. Anything else you need, you can come back next week. Tell them something good. What you mean? Yeah. Huh? Yeah.
In typical Frost fashion. Yo, everybody, we sure appreciate y'all tuning in to the Temple for Talking to the Temple podcast. We coming back at you again on another side. And once we get there, we want y'all to meet us. So check it out. Until next week, keep it pushing, keep it pumping, keep it pulling, grind to greatness. We'll holler at y'all. Peace.